All right, everybody, what's going on? This is Nick from the Lions Pit podcast. I just want to give you a quick shout out. I am now dropping episode 50. So if you've been following along since day one or for a little while, I just want to give you my unlimited gratitude. I'm so thankful for everyone that's been joining me on this journey, from my friends to my sponsors to my coworkers to the guests that I've had on. Y'all have been awesome, and y'all are the reason why I do this, and I really, really love all of you. Thank you so much. Enjoy episode 50. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Lions Pit podcast. I am your host, Nick Gomez. With me today is Korrect coach and hybrid athlete Damien Priester. How are you today, brother?
I'm good, man. Yourself?
I'm good. Yeah, doing well. Staying warm in this weather.
Oh yeah.
I know you said you're an Orlando boy. Is this weather new to you, or have you stayed in some cold places?
My wife now, but my girlfriend at the time stayed in Buffalo, so I would visit her. Buffalo is insane. So I've been in this weather before, but I mean, I'm a Florida boy at heart. So I'm used to flip flops and shorts all day.
Yeah, you showed up in shorts today. I was like, damn, boy, that is crazy. Granted, it's at, 42 degrees
not bad.
today.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's 42 and sunny, so it feels actually kind of nice out.
Yeah.
As long as you're in the sun. But walking my dog this morning in the shade, I'm like, bro, hurry up and do your business.
Yeah. This morning was crazy. Even slipping on the sidewalk and everything is just still kind of icy out there. So
the one thing I realized, so I grew up in New Mexico. There's a mountain range called the Sandia Mountains, and it's part of the Rockies, kind of like the tail end. And so Albuquerque's mile high altitude, and where I went to high school was probably 6,500 feet. So we'd get 6 to 8 inches every winter, and I grew up on dirt roads, just country as could be, and so I'm kind of used to that. But the one thing I never really took into account was moving out here, the ice, because the humidity. Yeah. Because there's still humidity in the air here. So everything is iced over. The telephone wires are iced over. New Mexico, there's no humidity. It's high desert is what the climate's called. So it's just soft, kind of flaky snow. Yeah. And out here, it's was it Saturday mornings when the storm, or Sunday morning?
Sunday morning, yeah.
When the storm kind of came in. I had a buddy that wanted to go film some content. He's like, hey man, the streets are empty. Let's go film some training content. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. I go to walk my dog. And my parking lot at my complex is just a skating rink. And from my parking spot to the gate is all uphill.
Oh, wow.
I was like, bro, I ain't getting out.
Ain't having it. My door was frozen shut. So I had to get in from the back and climb up front. And it was,
dude.
So it was fun this morning.
Oh, yeah. I went to the gym yesterday morning before we opened, because we didn't open until noon.
Yep.
And so I go in the back door.
Yep.
And I had to grab my ice scraper and chisel away 2 inches of ice from the bottom of the back door.
Wow.
Because the fob would open it, but I couldn't get the freaking door open. So I sat there and I opened it just wide enough to where I could squeak through. And then I went and opened because the front door, everything's melted in the front of the building, but back of the building's in the shade.
Yeah.
So I went and then had to go through that whole ordeal, try not to bust my ass walking around.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. That's Texas winters, I guess, man. But this is only maybe the third time it snowed. I've been out here 5 years now.
Yeah, I think it snowed once last year. That's about it. I can remember.
When'd you move out here?
I've been here for a year and a half. So I came, I want to say summer of 2025.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Where were you before that?
Orlando. So previously gym owner. So I owned the gym, House of Sweat, 8 years in Orlando, Florida. And then essentially my wife got a opportunity that we couldn't resist with Amazon. They rolled out the red carpet and essentially gave her a nice ultimatum. Was like, hey, you're either gonna come and take this nice package, or we're gonna move forward and do some other things. And I had been not necessarily looking to get out of the fitness industry, but just looking to get out of owning the gym. We had great success, huge, clientele base. It was a boutique style gym. Prior to COVID, we had over 100 members, but owning the gym is tough, man. It's very mentally exhausting, and I felt like I wasn't necessarily able to give my family or myself what I needed. I had to sacrifice myself for the betterment of the gym, and I saw this opportunity as a restart, as a fresh, just fresh, clean slate, move to a different city, and do my thing.
Nice. Yeah. And how did you, at the time it was On It, did you know about On It before, or?
I think it was probably I think not Juan, but Eric. I think Eric was the first person that I've he came into my stratosphere or something on my timeline or something. Started following him, connected to one and just like started just like following everybody. I
Nice.
didn't necessarily have a relationship with any of these people. I just knew them online.
Yeah.
A couple times, me and my wife and I, before we made the decision, we came to Austin just to kind of check the city out, look for some houses, the whole nine. Went to on it the first time, bro. When I say I fell in love, like I was like, oh, this is home.
Yeah.
This is home. People walking around with their shirts off, shoes off, killing it, getting it, working out, community. It was like, for me, this was the Mecca.
Yeah.
I've been around, gyms across the nation, outside of the country. Still to this day, I haven't found the gym that's quite like correct / on it. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. I've been to few facilities, and because Korrect is a phenomenal facility.
Yeah.
We have so much space there.
Yeah.
Just about every piece. I know like some bodybuilders want more like machines.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. But we're a big free weight community, and we kind of put like our eggs in that basket of like movement and like offset loads and unconventional training.
Yeah.
But it's a phenomenal facility. I think to this day I maybe have been to like 2 facilities that were like kind of like blew my skirt up a little more. It was and that's like, and understandably so, it was the UFC Performance Institute. So millions of dollars in there, obviously, and that's like the UFC headquarters. And then, are you familiar with Exos?
Yeah, I have it.
So the Exos, the headquarters is in Phoenix.
Okay.
And Kaiser took myself and a couple of coaches from my previous gym in Albuquerque out there to mess around on some Kaiser equipment. And man, that gym again, but that's like DK Metcalf trained there for the freaking combine. Like I saw Aaron Judge there when I went there, and he is the second biggest human I've ever seen in person. He's like the size of Zion Williams. I don't know how much you follow baseball, but he's like the same height and weight as Zion Williams. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, I think too, Alpha Land, like you have gyms like that have like the equipment, but what I'm pertaining to is the people, the environment, the culture. Like the equipment. Other gyms may have better equipment or more updated bodybuilding, yada yada. But you're not gonna find like the people and the community, man. Like it's just for me, it's just second to none.
I agree, absolutely, man, and I think that is really what stands us apart. Because again, same thing. I've been in gyms in all over the country, in a couple different countries, and this is truly like a caring community. There's not a lot of like false bravado there. Like people are constantly checking in on you. Like I've had my mom being sick recently. I had a couple years ago my dog passed, and like members just come in and check on you. I've had members that I've never met before be like, hey man, I listened to your podcast episode with Mike and Ashley and that's so fucking cool. Like, I'm like, damn dude, thanks, what was your name? Like, and I'm genuinely like taken aback by it. I'm like, man, this is like such an awesome community, and like the connections that are there that you can make with people in the gym and out of the gym. You see so many people, like friendships be made where like Anthony and myself, like we went to Rome, and we went to Rome with several other people from the gym. It's like stuff like that that's like you don't find that anywhere else.
I'm still trying to understand how everyone in the gym is so emotionally aware. Like,
like
it's
what is
weird.
going,
like how do you like people, hey Damien, what's going on? I'm good. No, I know you're good, but like deeper, what's going on? How's the family? How's school? Like, and they're forcing me to get deep versus just, oh, what's up, man? How's everything? Good. All right, keep moving. Like it's
the casual lip service.
It's more than just that. And it's also helped me like personally, because where I'm from, like, in the gym environment is just, we keep it real short, like you said, casual, and then we keep it moving. But like there's like, no, like you're gonna be seen as a person, and also it allows you to kind of like get to know other people on a way deeper level than just like, aesthetics or fitness.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's Mike. It's like, no, man, Mike came to like my birthday party, whatever. Like there's all kinds of like,
know this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I know these people, not just like, oh, I see that. Like you see him at Toss Pizza, and you're like, oh, that guy across the bar, like he goes to my gym. Yeah. Like no, like people are like friends there. You see relationships built, you see friendships built, you see businesses built. Yeah. Like the stuff that happens at Korrect, like you said, it's second to none. I don't see it happening anywhere else. So it's cool that what's really awesome is the caliber of coaches that it attracts. Right. Because we don't have like casual coaches come through. So they try. Yeah. They try, but man, they do not last. Because like they don't make it. Like our community sees through that. And not that we're like, it's not like a hazing or bullying or anything like that, but it's just like it becomes like a war of attrition, you could say. But it's like, no, we see through that. Like you're just here because of what we are. You're not here to be a part of it.
One thing that I can say about On It / Korrect, and I get this question a lot when I go home, or just in general from the internet, from people from home. They're like, how does it feel to be the only black trainer or only black person? People think I'm the only black. I'm not the only black person.
we got like a couple.
We got like
like
3.
5.
Yeah, we got a couple black people.
Yeah.
But like people say, how does it feel to be the only black trainer, or black guy in the gym? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know, because it's like I don't feel like I'm the only black person there. I feel like I'm a person, and I feel like people see me for who I am. And that's one thing that I love about the gym. It's not like a preconceived notion or people gonna judge you for what they think you may or may not be. No, they really give you an opportunity to just show you who you are. Like, and whoever you express, that's who you are. Like, and it's very accepting. It's not like, you know, a lot of places where, you know, it to me is just very welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was not expecting you to like come out with like that's the question you get asked a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. In my DMs or you know, just little stuff like that. Yeah.
Honestly, like I hadn't thought about that either.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, you are the only black coach.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really. I was like, oh yeah.
People at Honor, Korrect, Austin, however you want to put it, people literally see you for you. It's not if you are an asshole, it doesn't matter if you're a black asshole, a white asshole, Hispanic asshole, Asian, you're an asshole. But they're not gonna put you in that category.
Yeah.
If you're a great person, it doesn't matter. Like you just, you know, so it's like people just really accept you for who you are.
Yeah, that we very much like breed that culture at Korrect. But like that's kind of one of the beautiful things about Austin, because I don't care about politics. And I recently had a conversation. This girl randomly added from my apartment complex. She like she saw me walking my dog, left her Instagram like on my front door, and like added me. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And within like 2 or 3 messages, she's like, oh, I see you support this side. And I'm like, not really. Like I was like, I might follow that person, but I was like, I don't support that person, but I follow that side. Right. And in New Mexico, coming out here during COVID, like it was very like divisive out there. Like it was tough politically. And when I come out here, because I more so follow my religion. Yeah. Like I if you're a good person, you're a good person. If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. With certain things in my faith, I tend to lean a certain way. Yeah. And I had a buddy who's very far left. Love him to death. He's one of my best friends. He's from Chicago, so he leans that way. And again, we have great conversations. He's still to this day one of my best friends. And he's like, man, you're moving from a blue state to the blue heart of Texas. Like, how do you feel about that? I was like, man, no one talks about it out here. I was like, it's kind of just the community in general is like very accepting. Like, if you're a good person, cool, I fuck with you. Yeah. If you're not a good person, like, I'll see you later. Like, no worries.
And we don't have to have the same political views as well. Like, and that again sometimes stops conversations or stops relationships from developing. But it seems like here it doesn't matter. You can believe what you want to believe, and you know we still can have a healthy conversation about it without all of the emotional buildup and the anger and I don't like you because you believe. Well,
which is so wild.
Because I may be from a different part of the country or the state, so beliefs are different, but it doesn't make me a good or bad person, right? So
it almost feels like with social media and media in general, like to avoid a revolution, they're trying to cause a civil war. Like why are we trying to like split people up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And in Austin, like I say, you really don't see that too much, and especially at the gym, right? Because when I first came in, it was right on the tail end of COVID. It was like spring of 21, and we were still required to wear masks at that time at the front desk. I think as coaches, like that's the one thing is like just do the right thing, and then the right type of people tend to do the right thing, and that we really built a culture off of having the right people at the gym, and it's been beautiful, man. Like that was the same thing. I got into On It like 2016, 2017 when I started working with fighters. It's kind of funny. I loved On It before I ever came out here. I was like, man, like I gotta go check this place out. But my first impression of On It was not great. And it was just because I went into one of the locker rooms and there were like towels everywhere. The weights were like stacked like so like shitty. And I was like, it was almost like almost like a LA Fitness locker room vibe of like no one really cared. And I was like, oh man, this is kind of disappointing. So I had like almost the opposite opinion when I first came to visit that you did, but I loved On It before, like from online. And but I kept coming back out for certifications, and I knew that this culture and this vibe was like what I wanted to be a part of. And so that was like before Larry took over as GM. But since Larry has like been there as GM, man, it has just been like a well-oiled machine that's just thriving.
Larry doesn't play.
Larry doesn't play, but Larry's the man, and he goes to bat for his people. Like there's been several times where I'll have an issue and like Larry does not sweep it under the rug. and he addresses it. He goes to bat, like I said, for his people, and he's helped me out a ton, man. Larry's the man. He's hands down. Him and Alex Earl are the two best people I've ever worked with, and I've had great bosses. Don't get me wrong, but those two kind of stand above the rest as far as like people that I've worked for.
Cool.
Yeah, Alex is a man. So what got you into like fitness in general? Like what's your background?
So typical high school jock growing up. I played all the sports, did everything. I ended up going to college for football. I played middle linebacker.
Not for the faint of heart.
Yeah,
especially Florida boys.
Florida, yeah. Back then, and they blew me up too. I was probably like 240, 250. Yeah.
What are you now?
205 on a good day.
I was gonna say you're probably flirting with 200, huh?
I'm trying to stay above 200. All this damn cardio they got me doing.
All this high rock
yeah,
nonsense.
the high rock workouts. But after college, man, I fell into this depression. I fell into this bad depression. I was hanging out. I was partying. I was doing the wrong things with the wrong people. You know how it goes. I did it for a whole year. And I looked up and I'm like, damn, like all of my friends are like getting these jobs and doing all these great things. And I'm like, kind of on my mom's couch, just like, going out Wednesday through Sunday. It was like,
oof.
Literally like, and I woke up one day, I was like, bro, what are you doing? And something snapped at me, like something clicked. And that Monday, I started working out, just getting back to my roots, back to my base. And I've always had an athletic background. So started working out, I started eating healthy, and just slowly started cutting people out of my life. I went from 270 at the time.
Whoa.
I blew up to
You got
about
pictures?
270. Yeah, I got pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta show
you.
you gotta show me
pictures.
after.
I was 270, and I probably got down to about 220 in a matter of 4 or 5 months. So I lost 50 pounds in about 4 or 5 months, which is, I went under a rock. Like I stopped messing with, like I just literally just went cold turkey. One day, randomly, this lady at the gym, she's like, hey, are you a trainer? And I'm like, yeah.
As a matter of fact,
so so just started training her just out of the kindness of my heart. Like didn't even charge her anything.
Oh, wow.
She lost a bunch of weight, and then she brought me friends. And then I'm like, all right, friends, I'm gonna charge y'all like $20, like something, outrageously low.
Yeah.
I was just happy that people, wanted to come, train with me. So at the time I was working at USF, I was an adjunct professor. So I was a college algebra. So I did that for 3 years.
There's so much about you I don't know.
I did that at USF. So I did that for 3 years, and built on my clientele on the side. Like, and I woke up one day, I was like, I think I'm gonna quit my job. And my fiance at the time, it was 2014.
Oh, wow.
And I told her, I said, hey, I think I'm gonna do this training thing full time because like I'm having issues going to work, being motivated, but when I train people, I feel alive. I feel great.
Passion.
That's passion.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. We have a wedding coming up. How are we going to pay for the wedding? Yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, I don't know, but this is, not the path that I want to go down anymore. So I quit and went full-fledged. And when I went full-fledged, everything like, just blew up, like literally blew up. So I have all these clients, have all these people that I'm training. And then I made a mistake, but it was the best mistake that I made. Because at the time I was doing one-on-ones, and I booked 2 people at the same time. And I'm like, fuck, I'm in the bathroom. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, and I was like, I'm just gonna act like I did it on purpose. So I came out the bathroom and I'm like, hey, I did this on purpose. I want y'all to work together, yada, yada, yada. This is what we're going to do. Instead of your price being, I think I was charging like $50 per session. I was like, I'm going to cut it to $35 per session and then train both you guys. So it's less for you and I make more money.
Yeah.
Blew up. So
bro,
I went from one-on-ones to small groups. So I would train anywhere between like 4 to 8 people, $35-$40 a session per person, per hour. I mean, it was running like clockwork.
Yeah.
So I did that for like 3 years. I got kicked out of 3 gyms. So, yeah. I got kicked out of 3 different gyms. And then the last gym I got kicked out of, cool guy, old school.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, why didn't they just, were you working at those gyms or were you training out of those gyms?
Training at those gyms.
Okay, I was going to say, why didn't those gyms just hire you?
Because I was training outside people at those gyms.
Gotcha, okay.
I got kicked out of one. I think it was like one gym. I was training people, like I was working out with them, but I was training them, and they was like, "Hey, no outside training."
I was gonna say, man, if I saw a guy with that kind of traction, I'm like, "Here's an application.
Cool,
fill this out."
And the other 2 gyms, I I was a personal training at the gym. So
Gotcha. Okay.
essentially I was paying rent to bring in my, outside clientele. And the last gym I got kicked out of, the guy said, really cool guy, still friends to this day, John, old white guy. He's like, hey, Damien, I need to talk to you. I'm like, what's up, John? I'm thinking, everything's cool. He's like, I think it's time for you to find your own space. And I'm like, oh, why? He's like, you can't be the king of somebody else's jungle. And I was taken back. And I was like, oh, I'm doing too much. And, now that I'm 38 versus back then I was 28, I can understand where he was coming from. I was taking up too much space. Yeah, I was taking up too much space. So he kind of gave me the lay of the land, showed me what to do. He gave me some time. He didn't like kick me out immediately. He was like, "I'm gonna give you 6 months to figure it out, but I think you're getting too big." Yeah. So 2019, I started House of Sweat. Okay. That's my baby. That was my, oh my goodness, so much blood, sweat, and tears with that place. Personal training, boutique style gym, changed so many lives, helped so many people. But once again, including COVID, but just the gym itself, just owning the gym, having that much responsibility, it changed me. It turned me into a different person. I started to see numbers and not people. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's what happens when you own a gym, when you have a brick and mortar that you have to pay for and cover expenses and pay for the trainers, and then have money left over, and then have time for your family. It's just a lot. Yeah. So running through that gamut.
And did you have how many? You have 2 girls?
2 girls.
Yeah.
2
and
girls,
did you have them both at that time?
I had Gia, and Emery was on the way.
Gotcha. So pregnant wife.
I had a pregnant wife. Yeah. So I get home and it's like, yeah. It's like, babe, I'm just tired. I want to go to sleep. It's like, yeah. So, running that gamut, it was great. Great experience. Trained a lot of people, met a lot of people, helped a lot of people. But currently now I'm just in the place where I love fitness and it's still my passion. Mm-hmm. But I'm taking life more so just planning my steps in a sense versus like allowing my passion to just run rampant. Sure. So just trying to be more strategic about, how I operate and how I move, which is why I'm in flight school now. So, yep.
Yeah. Let's get into that. So flight school, what made you want to do that?
Again, something I always wanted to do, but I just didn't feel like I had the time or the bandwidth to do it in Orlando because I was just bogged down by the gym, right? Like, so my schedule in Orlando, I was up 3:30, 4 o'clock a.m., and I probably wouldn't get home till about 7:30, 8 o'clock p.m. on a decent day. Yeah. Hopefully I get a nap somewhere in between my day, but I'm, ripping and running all day. So didn't really have time for much. So got here to Austin, got in with On It at the time, got settled there, and I'm like, I think I want to be a pilot. Like, I had 6 months where I really didn't do much when I first got here. Just like, stressed out, trying to decompress. There's just a lot going on, transition of the gym, trying to make sure that stayed afloat. It was a lot. So 6 months into it, I'm like, okay, I think I want to be a pilot. Like I looked into it. It's a lot of work, time, but it's with training, it still gives me an opportunity to do what I love. And then I can still, like with the pilot thing, I can build on the skill that I can use in my future. Yeah. So that's where I'm at.
That's amazing, man. Yeah. I love that. I love to hear like you leaving the teaching job to get in like chasing your passion because so many people are afraid to do that, because a college teaching position like could be a very secure job for the rest of your life if you want it to be, right?
For sure.
But again, where's the passion in that? Where's the excitement? Like you said, you're waking up every day. Like once you started training people on the side, you're like, I'm looking so much more forward to training people than I am to going to teaching algebra.
Yeah. It was easier to get out of bed at 5 a.m. to go train somebody to be at school at 9 a.m. I was like, it's a no brainer for me. And like, of course, the money may scare you. I'm taking a risk, but for me, once I put all my eggs in that basket, it just like the money wasn't even it wasn't even a factor. Sure. Like I was making more money training, versus being an adjunct. So
yeah, I think I hear this a lot, and I've had it like with my personal experience as well. But once you really align yourself with like your passion and your calling, shit just blows up. Like you said, like it just took off from there once you started like really devoting your time and energy to that. Versus again doing what could be a very secure job in teaching. Right. I always tell people when I first started training, it was my third job,
Okay.
and it was my third best income at that time
Oh,
because
wow.
I was, and none of my jobs were like great income
Yeah.
at that time. I was working at the North Face in
Okay.
Albuquerque, and then also working at Discount Tire, which at that time paid a pretty good amount more than New Mexico minimum wage.
Okay.
And then I started training
Yep.
as well, like super part time
Yep.
at a pretty box, like a Gold's gym in New Mexico. It's called Defined,
Okay.
but it's picture a Gold's. It's
Yeah.
very similar. And at Discount Tire, it's a great company. Like
Mhm.
I'll always take my car to Discount
Yeah.
Tire.
Okay.
But like the worst job I ever
Yeah.
had, like I was a tire technician, so I was just like flipping tires all day, and it's just rough on the body. It's like an
Yep.
8 hour long slow workout.
Ooh.
And but the one of the managers that year, he's a buddy of mine. That year, like with his bonuses, he made 190K.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so he was telling me, he's like, hey man, like just do a little bit more time as a tire
Yeah.
tech, and I'll start working your way up to the front.
Yeah.
On computers and doing this crap. And I'm like, all right, cool, man. Like that's something. I was married at the time as
Yeah.
well. I hated it.
Mhm.
He had me up there like training on the computers, and I'm like, I can't do this. And I mean, I could have, I could have,
Yeah.
but like it just became one of those things where I'm like, I hated going to bed at night
Oh, wow.
because like I knew I had to
Dreading
wake
getting
up and
Yep.
go to
Oh,
work.
that's
you
your
know?
nervous system saying, "Hey,
Yeah, dude, like get
abort,
out,
abort, yeah,
abort.
get out,
Yeah,
get out."
exactly, dude. So it's one of those things again, like, and no knock on anybody at Discount Tire. Again, it's
Yeah.
a great company.
Yeah.
But fuck, dude, I hated it.
Yeah.
So yeah, at that point, when I actually it was when I got divorced. Which was soon after.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I gotta go like full board
Switch
training,
gears,
and
yeah.
it didn't it lined up in the sense of I met probably the most important person in my career in Claudia Gadelia. She was
Mhm.
the number one ranked contender in the UFC at the time. Total coincidence. And I've told this story before, but I'll tell it real quick. But I met her to try to introduce her to a girl that I liked at the time, because the
Okay.
girl that I liked was like, oh my god, Claudia's training
Yeah.
at Define. I was like, yeah, Claudia. I had no idea about
Yeah.
anything in the UFC or MMA for that matter. And so I introduced myself to Claudia, her coach first. I met
Yeah.
the coach first because I liked the way he was training. Because at that time, my only certification was USAW, so Olympic lifting. So
Okay.
because I wanted to work with athletes,
Yep.
and so I saw him. Who, side note, he ended up being a total hack.
Yep.
He is like he looked the part, didn't know shit about coaching, and was having one of his buddies who was like a D2 strength coach like
Yeah.
write programs for him. So anyway, I introduced myself to him. He goes out of town for a weekend, has me cover her. He's like,
Mhm.
hey, I'm going out of town for a wedding. Can you cover Claudia?
Yeah.
And so I met her. And I was like, all right, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to
Yeah.
work with athletes. I want to work with fighters. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of Gen Pop clients now, and I've
Yeah.
had them throughout my career. But I was like, all right, I got to get out of this box gym and get
Yep.
into an actual training facility. And I got a job. But for me, it did not blow up at first.
Yeah.
Like I got a job at a gym called Athlete Ready in New Mexico.
Okay.
And they mostly work with like high school athletes.
Yep.
They had a couple of MMA guys. But bro, there was not a single. I worked there for like 11 months.
Yeah.
There was not a single month there that I made more than $500 in that month.
Oh,
I
wow.
was sleeping on a buddy's couch. I would park my car like at the back of his complex because it was like about to get repoed.
Mhm.
And I was like, fuck man, I gotta make
Been
this
through
work
that.
though. Yeah, dude. I was like, I gotta make this
Yeah,
work. Like
yeah.
it's this or nothing. Like
Yep.
it's this or I go back to Discount Tire, because I knew I could have always gone back to that job.
Yeah.
But what a nightmare that would have been. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And since then I've kind of taken that mindset of like, you can't go back to what you
Yeah.
hate.
And then you made it work.
I made it work,
Okay.
yeah. With the work I did with Claudia. So there was a coach at that time that was renting space out of Athlete Ready.
Okay.
And this was like John Jones' head strength coach,
Oh, shit.
Cowboy Cerrone's head strength coach. And he had previously helped open like a very big training facility in Albuquerque, but he
Yeah.
wanted to do his own thing. So while his own thing was being built, him and Cowboy Cerrone were opening up a gym
Yeah.
that was partnered with On It, because
Yeah.
Cowboy was a big On It. So this is when I first started hearing about On It.
Okay.
Cowboy was sponsored by On It. So they're opening up a gym called Performance Ranch in Albuquerque, and they were gonna have On It supplements,
Yep.
On It kettlebells, sandbags, everything, right?
Yep.
And I was like, fuck man, I want to be a part of that. And so
Yeah.
he happened to be renting out space of Athlete Ready. And so I never really met him or like talked to him because he
Yeah.
was always working with like big names. And finally one day, him and I on the same flight out here to Austin. He's out here to do a certification at On It. I'm out here for like they used to do an annual garage sale for
Okay.
On It, where they're just like empty out all the shit in their
Oh,
warehouse and
yeah.
kind of have it out in the parking
Mhm.
lot behind the front building now, which used to be our warehouse.
Okay.
And just everything discounted. And my little sister had moved to New Braunfels. So I
Okay.
was like, I'm gonna go visit my little sister and I
Yeah.
want to check out this On It sale.
Yeah.
And him and I ended up being on the same flight. And he's like, hey man, like I saw that work you did with Claudia, like
Yeah.
good job, like that's good stuff. Like she looked great in her fight, her cardio was on point.
Yeah.
It was her only finish in the UFC, and which had that the only finish has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
That's her like skill training.
Yeah.
He's like good stuff, and so we like kind of like made like a little bond at
yeah.
that point. And then I went to talk to him. I was ready to move out of Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I want to move to Austin.
Mhm.
This was weeks after that, and so I go. He had opened a performance ranch. I go over there to ask him about his connections at On It.
Yep.
The owner of Athlete Ready thought he heard through the grapevine that I was over there asking for a job. And I was like, no, I wasn't asking for a job.
Yeah.
I was asking about his connections at On It. And so he fired me over an email. Like the coach, the owner of Athlete Ready. Not a text, not a call,
Oh,
not
my
like, hey, let's go grab
goodness.
lunch. Fired me over an email.
The fitness industry, man.
Bro, it's so petty. It's so petty. But Lawrence, the owner of Performance
Yeah.
Ranch, I called him. I'm like, hey man, I don't know who's the Benedict Arnold over there,
Yeah.
but you got guys that still are in cahoots with Athlete Ready, and I just got fired.
Yeah.
And again, I wasn't even asking him for a
Yeah.
job. And he's like, all right, he's like, give me a little bit, I'll call you right back. And within half an hour, he had emailed me a contract.
Oh.
He's like, hey, I know you want to move to
Yeah.
Austin, and I'm more than happy to get you with my connections that On It.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, come work for me. And I'm like, say less. Like, I would love to work at
Right.
Performance Ranch. And I did. And I stayed there for 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's when I started working with Cowboy, started working with John Jones. I was part of 4 camps with John.
Oh yeah.
And it really, he not only helped shape me into the coach I am
Yeah.
today, but he helped me make definitely like one of the most important career decisions I ever made. Because I was going to
Yeah.
go back to get my, I wanted to go back to school to finish up my degree because I
Right.
never finished my degree.
Okay.
And I was like, hey man, I want to get my my CSCS.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, cool. Like, so I told him, I was like, I'm gonna lighten my workload in the spring and go
Yeah.
back to school because I'm like maybe 2 semesters away from getting my degree,
Right.
my bachelor's. And he's like, well, let me ask you this. He's like, do you want to be in a collegiate weight room? I'm like, no, not really. He's like, well, then what are you doing that is a CSCS is going to help you with in the private field,
Mhm.
like in the private sector?
Yeah.
He's like, you're already working with John Jones. You're already working with Cowboy Cerrone.
True.
He's like, and he's the Southwest director for
Yeah.
NSCA. Like that's what he does.
Got it.
And he's got all the certs you'd want. And he's here talking me out of going back to school to get my CSCS. And he's like that career path. He's like, that's not going to benefit you any more than other certifications that I could point you in the right direction for. And like I said, at that time, that was probably the
The
most important.
transparency, man. Like,
Right.
All it takes one person to kind of yeah.
Yeah, Lawrence Herrera, man.
Yeah.
He very much a mentor to me. And he's a good man. So like
Yeah.
it was someone that I kind of like wanted to like follow his path. And then he got me in touch with John Wolf when I moved out here, and the rest is
The rest
history.
is
Like I've been
history.
in on it since then.
Wow. So how many years?
5.
Okay.
At the end of March, it'll be 5.
Got it.
Yeah, at the end of March, it'll be 5 years. It's been wild, man. It's been
Yeah.
a wild ride, and it's been awesome. So like coming out here, like I said, giving up what could have been a secure
Yeah.
career path, discount tire,
Right.
yeah, probably not as secure as
Right.
like a coaching job, but or I mean a teaching job, but
Yeah.
still, it's one of those things where I was like, I got to make this.
Yeah,
work
you got to
because I
give
love
up the
it.
good for the great, man. And
I like that.
and that's like when I first started this journey in Austin, I would kind of not second guess myself, but you always have that like voice in the back of your head, like, damn, like why did you give it up? Or,
Yeah.
how would things be different if I would stayed and kept my gym and everything versus like Austin, nobody knows me, having to work to get to just to have some sort of a brand or just having people trust me to even train, but I'm in that phase where it's like I'm giving up the good temporarily so I can get to the better, the great, and it's like it's a sacrifice at times, but I feel like, for me, it's definitely worth it, just having that mindset of, like you said, like going into the lion's pit, like just, hey, you either going to like regret not trying or you gonna die trying to get there, like
Right.
which one do you want to live with?
Yeah,
you know?
what pain do you want?
Yeah, like it's pain regardless.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. It's pain regardless. So
Yeah.
do you want the pain of not trying?
Yeah,
Or the pain of what it's going to take to get what you want?
exactly.
And that's exactly where I'm at, like preparing for this fight.
Yeah.
Like I got a fight coming up March 7th and Muay Thai. And it's one of those things like, because dude, I shit you not,
Yeah.
the very first day of training,
Yeah.
I fractured my foot.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and like because the coach up at where I'm training Ambush Muay Thai, he
Yeah.
invited me in for like a training, like an invite only training session, so like the advanced class.
Yeah.
And I show up and it's sparring.
Oh
And
shit.
I'm like, fuck, man, I've been training on and off for a little while.
Yeah.
I didn't want to jump right into sparring, and dude, First day I fractured my foot, and I'm like,
Oh shit.
I could take it easy for a couple weeks
Yeah.
and keep training.
Yeah.
And I was like, or I can just be like, okay, this is a sign that I don't want to do it. I'm like, nah, man. Like the regret of not doing this will haunt me
Forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. And so I'm like, I gotta keep pushing.
I just want to say, side note, the Mai Tai conversation.
Oh, Mai Tai. Yeah, Gus. Yeah, shout out Gus Mankey.
Can you tell the story, please?
Yeah.
Because every time I think about it, I laugh. Like I'm just
Yeah, dude, it's so funny. So yeah, we have our big annual like coaches meeting.
Yeah.
We have coaches meetings every month.
Oh, I got tears in my eyes.
But we have like our big annual like full staff, and then we also like do like a deep clean of the gym and reorganize, and we talk about how last year went
Yeah.
and what's coming up for the next year. And so at the end of the meeting, they're like, all right, like anybody else got anything to add? And so I raised my hand. I'm like, hey, just so y'all know, I got a Muay Thai fight coming up March 7th. Would love to have everyone there, support the boy. And it was like, all right, cool. So we break up and we start like cleaning the gym, and Gus comes up. He's like, so when's your Muay Thai fight? I'm like, brother, I was like, I'll have a Muay Thai after the fight. But
food.
yeah, dude, I'm like, stop, Gus. And I love Gus to death, but like he was like Muay Thai.
He was like, very genuine about it though.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. He did not accidentally, he wasn't like a play on words. He's like Muay Thai. I'm like, brother. Yeah, love
Let me
Gus.
school you real quick.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Gus, you see he did the 500-pound deadlift in a 5-minute mile. You got that in you? I know you got the deadlift.
Oh, I can do the deadlift, not that 5-minute mile, man. And then he went under 5 because the deadlift I think took like 7 or 9 seconds. So he ran like 4:52 or something.
Something
man,
wild.
Something wow. That's another reason why I love Austin, man. There's just so much motivation everywhere. It's like how could you slack when you have all these people who are like exceedingly doing phenomenal things in their respective careers or fitness journeys, whatever. Like how could I just lay around and not do anything? Like,
bro, 100%. That was the reason why I got into High Rocks.
Yeah,
I was training a client when we had our very first High Rock sim. Yeah, at then on it, and just seeing everyone get it. Yeah. I'm like, fuck, I want some of that.
Yes,
I want some of that suffering, and then seeing y'all do Apex.
Yep.
Was another one, and we'll get into Apex. We'll come back to Apex in a second, but that was like when I was like, okay, I can train my ass off and go do Apex.
Yeah.
There are people that can do things that I will never be able to do.
Right.
And I'm like, but what I can do is get back into fighting.
Yeah.
Like I can go find a fight, and like, cause I know Juan's big in the MMA community, and on it in general now, Korrect, has very deep roots in MMA. So I was like, that's the one thing I can do to still kind of keep my edge.
Yeah.
Because everyone at the gym's got an edge.
Yeah.
Like everyone does something badass. A lot of people do multiple things badass.
Yep.
And like I said, seeing like you guys do Apex, and I'm like, okay, I can go to Apex and put up very mediocre numbers, or I can go fight.
And that's your thing.
And that's my thing. Yeah. And I fucking, dude, I love it. It's terrifying, but I love it. Yeah. So Apex. Okay. What made you want to do Apex? Let's go over the events real quick.
So Apex is 7 events. You have the 40-yard dash. You have the broad jump. You also have the vertical jump. You have the med ball toss, overhead toss. You have trap bar deadlift, 1 minute. The weight is now 405. Whoa. 1 minute.
What was it before? 365?
365. So they added 50 pounds. Then you have 225 chest press, bench press,
max reps.
Barbell. Yeah, max reps. And then you have the mile run.
So very combine-ish with like combine meets High Rocks almost.
Combine with a little bit of conditioning.
Yeah.
But that mile run that mile run is tough because it's like it's compromised. Like you think that, I can run a mile in like 6 minutes or something. But like when you're compromised, like it's just not.
Is it the last event?
It's the very last. God. And then they're moving very quickly. So you do the trap bar deadlift, you do the bench press, and then you go run a mile. Like so
after max stress trap bar,
CNS is fucked.
That's rough.
But I feel like for Apex, for me, that's more my wheelhouse. That's more of how I prefer to train. With High Rocks, I'm evolving into more conditioning, more long distance. But Apex, like the strength, the speed, the explosive agility, man. I love that type of stuff. That's really like. I feel like what I bring to the gym in a sense where, I want to work on that fast twitch. Like I want to, be the 38-year-old that can go out with a bunch of, 18, 19-year-olds and I'm schooling them. Or I just want to age gracefully, be that old head on the core or, maybe doing a fight or something like that. Yeah. And I feel like with the Apex style format, for me, it fits a little better because it's more performance based. So I can, say, hey, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting faster, I'm building my endurance, etc. Versus just like beating my head in the ground for like an hour and a half. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
High rocks is
like,
tough, dude.
it's like you
It's
mentally have to be
mind-numbing.
prepared to just like go to hell. Like you
Yeah.
just have mental, like you cannot like, and you have to run through that door and keep running, and you better not stop.
Yeah.
Like, so it to me is just, and then other people look at Apex like, oh, I can't do that, I can't run that fast, I can't jump that high, I can't lift that much. But for me personally, like you said, that's more of my thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, more your wheelhouse. Because
For sure.
no, and I don't mean this as a knock on high rocks
Yeah.
athletes, but Apex is a little more athletic with the components of explosiveness, right?
Oh, yeah,
It
for
is.
sure.
It does incorporate like more actual sport. Like you can't just be a good runner.
Right.
Like you gotta be able to move some weight.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to explode through your hips to throw a med ball. You gotta be
Yep.
able to broad jump, vertical jump. Like you can't just be a good runner.
Yeah.
And not that like that's all it takes to get into high rocks, but I shit you not, man. I'd probably say 70% of high rocks is being a good runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably more than that.
But yeah. I'm being a little.
The endurance, the guys who run marathons consistently, they excel in high rocks. Because, it's mostly
And
running.
like you look at an athlete like Mike Gonzalez,
Yeah.
and it's like dude's a stud
Yeah.
for sure, but like the dude can just run
All day.
for days,
Yeah.
and it's like that's where he really makes up for. Like I have no idea how hard it is for him to push like the pro level
Yeah.
sleds, but I can't imagine that's easy. But like his running will
makes up
overcome a
for it.
lot of
Yeah.
that. So yeah, like I said, Apex to me, like I said, is more combine,
Yeah.
NFL combine, and I'm sure you can speak more to that than I can. But like, did you have a good 40 time out of college?
It was like 4.6.
Oh, that's
So
pretty
yeah,
good.
not
At
like
240, you said?
240. Yeah.
Damn.
So I wasn't,
That's
not too
moving.
shabby. Yeah,
Not too shabby. Not
yeah,
too shabby. What was it at Apex?
I did a 4.9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a little different. I felt like, and again, like I had been doing so much endurance. Like when I got to Apex, I felt like I wasn't not necessarily like as snappy or as like explosive as I wanted to, or just like, getting to Austin or just getting to on it in general. I felt like my endurance I was just so behind. Like
Yeah.
it took me a whole like 6 months to a year just to even get on par. And I feel like during that process, yes, I got on par with my endurance, but I suffered,
Yeah.
with my explosiveness. So now I'm at a phase now where I'm like, all right, my endurance is solid, like everything, like I'm going to double down over here. Like this
Yeah.
is more, I feel more, like you said, of an athlete, more athletic versus just like,
My endurance
I
is
love the
great.
high rocks. I love the high rocks. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I love the high rocks, but I think for me, I love being strong. I love being fast. I love, being able to just, play a sport.
Yeah.
That's why I work out.
Same.
Yeah.
And this is where I kind of developed that mindset at Performance Ranch in Albuquerque. Our motto was live life beyond gym walls.
Yeah.
Like everything we do in the gym is to benefit you in what you love to do.
Right.
Few people, and coming into On It, I had a hard time like wrapping my head around like these are gym athletes.
Yeah.
Like this is what Juan does for a living.
Yeah.
For me, like I would see guys go throw up like some ridiculous numbers on whatever weight, ski, or whatever it might be, and I'm like, well, catch me on a baseball field, catch me on a golf course, catch me in a ring, and like, but I had to kind of check my. It was out of insecurity for sure. My ego of like, well, you aren't real athletes. It's like, no, these are gym athletes. Like these guys are fucking getting it. But it is one of those things I was like I said, wanting to stay athletic, wanting to stay sharp.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like when I think about like fighting, it's like it's not necessarily like it comes with the discipline.
Yeah.
The discipline, and also like I want to stay lethal.
Yeah.
And that comes with like the training as well, like what I do in the weight room to
Yeah.
benefit me to be like a more explosive fighter.
Yeah.
Because when I work with fighters, we do strength and conditioning, but the
Yep.
biggest part with fighters is the conditioning.
Mhm.
And we do a lot of power development. We start
Yep.
with CNS prep, what we
Yep.
always call a power block, and it is all explosive movements that'll benefit them in positions that they might find themselves in a fight,
Yeah.
right? As any athlete should do, whether it's broad jumps, lateral bounds, whatever the
Right.
case may be. But that's the thing where I'm like, I love to train like an athlete.
Yeah.
Because I still play baseball too.
Yeah.
I play in a men's league here in town, like overhand, like hard, like wood bat baseball
Right.
league. And then I go out to Arizona every year and I play in the men's amateur baseball league World Series.
Yeah.
And I went out there this year. I was 38. I'm still 38, but it was right after my birthday.
Yeah.
And dude, I tore it up.
Yeah.
I went out there because I see guys my age or even younger
Yeah.
that were college athletes and or maybe like high level high school
Right.
athletes, but like this is past that. Now
Yeah.
they're like everyday working people, and I'm like, bro, you put on 40 pounds since
Yep.
last time I saw you.
Yep.
Like you're pulling yourself out of a game after 4 innings and your
Mhm.
hamstring hurts. And I'm out here
You
playing
just
like
getting warmed up.
yeah, and I'm like, dude, I played well. I was
Yeah.
balling out there. It was great.
Yeah.
And I'm in the 25 and over division. I'm
Yeah.
a 38-year-old. I'm like the old man
You
in the
playing,
division.
yeah,
I'm
you
having
old
a
head.
great time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to continue to do that for as long as I can. Like I said, I
sure.
want to age gracefully. I
Yeah.
want to move better longer.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, and one thing that I always get compliments in when people come through the gym
Yeah.
is like, man, you guys do a really good job with the warm up and the decompression. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're big on movement here.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure. The decompression for me is like key because like for me, if I don't stretch, if I don't get that active recovery, the mobility, bro, like I don't move the same. Even like it's
Not
getting
at
to the
this
point
age.
now. It's getting to the point now where I keep this is one of my little hacks that I do. I keep a lacrosse ball in my car. And sometimes driving to flight schools, 30, 45-minute drive
Up
to
in
Georgetown.
yeah.
So I'm rolling out my glutes, I'm rolling out my back, that way when I get to the gym, I'm like, I can just go.
Yeah.
Or just doing little things like, sitting in the pigeon while I'm studying, or a frog. I'll get on the ground, even if I'm on Instagram, like I'll just sit in the frog while I'm just like doom strolling or whatever, just kind of stay loose and active because like, man, it tightens up real quick. Yeah.
And I think that's smart. Like I said, doing the little things in between.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's coming up next for you, man? You got another Apex on the docket? When's the next one?
April. Apex
Oh,
is
that's
in
coming up.
April, and then I'm doing High Rocks. Me and Marley, we're doing pro doubles. Houston.
That was the first one I did
March.
this past year.
Yep.
So it was
So
Houston with Ant.
Yep.
Damn.
Just-
Okay, yeah, Marley's a beast, dude.
Oh,
I don't ever talk to him. I know who he is.
Yeah.
He's there every freaking morning.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Like Marley's like knocking on the door like before we even open.
Yeah.
He's there.
Dude's a stud.
Yeah, he's good. So that's next, and then just flight school, man. I'm in IFR phase now. So I finished my PPL, so I'm officially a pilot. But
Damn.
a pilot without any ratings is like it's leisure. It's like just sport.
Right.
So I can't necessarily like make money until I get my rating. So I'm working on my first rating, which is IFR, flying without visual references. So it's like doing a lot of like, so when I'm when I'm up in my flights, we have like this it's called a hood. They put a hood on us and sometimes some foggles, and it literally distorts your view. You can't see shit. And the only thing you're doing is using your instruments. So you're up there doing maneuvers, or you're looking at your procedures, making sure like, just going over everything just in case if there were actually like IMC conditions, like if you actually was to fly through a cloud. So instrument meteorological conditions.
Gotcha.
So it's like flying through a cloud.
Gotcha.
And you can't see shit. You have no orientation, and literally like pilots, you get disoriented sometimes. So it feels like you're going left or right, and it could be like the opposite. So you have to trust your you have to trust your instruments. We have this thing called it's called a power off stall. So we'll get up there and literally like they turn the power like right off, and you have to float for about 4,000, 5,000 feet down to the and it's like you can't see shit. You just have to like
terrifying.
it really is. It really is. It took me like 3 or 4 times to actually like master it. But minus that, man, just personally, just trying to, family is important to me.
Sure.
I spent a lot of years in my past life missing family time, or not necessarily connecting with my wife in a sense. I've been there sleeping in the gym, man. I slept in my gym for like 6 months. We wasn't necessarily seeing eye to eye on things. It was just a lot. So I'm in this phase now where I'm mentally, emotionally just secure and at a good place, and I'm trying to like spend a lot of time like with my kids and my wife. Developing them. My oldest is 8, my youngest is 6, so they're
adorable.
Like,
you bring them to the gym, and I'm like, oh, there's Damien's girls. They're so cute. They're so well behaved.
They love the gym. That's all they know. They grew up in the gym. That's literally all they knew. Like I would have them, they would be in Pampers, and I would be over there training. Like we did that for years. Daycare is expensive, man.
Yeah, dude, no shit.
Yeah, bro. Daycare is expensive. So, but yeah, just developing them. They're in sports now, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics. So it's always something going on in our household. I got something going on. So just trying to stay busy and to stay focused, honestly, man. That's it.
That's awesome that like they grew up in the gym setting, because I'm sure that's setting like such a good example for them moving forward of like healthy habits. Like that's so important to like set those for kids. Like to see daddy working and working out and taking care of himself. Like it's such it lays groundwork for like a successful future.
Oh, for sure.
Because there's nothing comes easy in the gym. No, unless you're doing the exexecutive workout, you're just gonna ride the bike and sit in the sauna.
Yeah.
And I can tell by looking at you that's not what you're doing.
Nah. One thing that warms my heart is like, even though like sometimes I'll have a long day, I'll get home and they're like, Daddy, can we work out? Oh, Daddy, can we go work? Like, can we go to the gym or can we, do something outside? And it's like, yes. Like sometimes I'll be like, I really don't want to do it, but of course you have to do it. But it's like, just them having that, like without me having to say anything. It's like, oh my goodness, I couldn't ask for anything.
How can you say no to that?
How do you, right? Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man. And you said there's soccer, dance,
gymnastics, and volleyball.
That's right, because you put it in our group chat. You're like, I got gymnastics practice. I'm like, hell yeah, Damien, get it.
No, they got
gymnasts too.
They got gymnastics.
Yeah.
We got gymnastics.
Yeah, that was so funny.
I'm in there sometimes trying to pick up on things or just move around with them and stuff too. So it's cool. It's a great experience, man.
Dude, I think that's like such like my kids will do gymnastics.
Yeah.
Boy, girl, doesn't matter. Like my kids will start off in gymnastics. Learn how to fall. Learn how to move your body.
Yep.
I think that's such an important like base to have.
And
now you want to do whatever after that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, because like, man, I also because like you look at do you follow boxing at all?
Mm-hmm.
So Vasily Lomachenko, phenomenal like amateur record and also like multiple time like champion. His dad when he was younger, like made him like stop boxing and start taking ballet classes.
Oh wow!
When he was younger, and he has the most insane footwork. Like you watch Lomachenko like YouTube videos, and it's just crazy the way he moves. And it's like that's not the boxing gym.
Ballet.
That's ballet,
wow.
And it's because he's I want to say he's Ukrainian.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the kind of thing. It's like my kids again, they'll do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But they will start off in gymnastics.
I feel like yoga kind of goes like that for sports. Like if I can go back, like I would definitely would have done more yoga. Yeah, for sure. Like just
I love
the fluidity, just being like one grounded. Like I don't know, and it's very humbling too. Like there's no egos with yoga, or if you do have an ego, it's just gonna go out the door real quick.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
bro.
so it's like I don't know. Like it's always you always like if I would have known back then what I know now, it's like would it be different? But
Have you ever done Pilates?
Couple times. Pilates is no joke.
Pilates is no joke, dude. Like you see like these like slowly moving, delicate, like thin ladies doing it. I'm like, but then you like now you're starting to see like more and more like big time athletes getting
definitely getting bigger.
And I think that's kind of like the perfect bridge between strength training and yoga.
Yeah,
is Pilates is like right in the middle because I have a client. She's done Pilates for like 15 years. Like she lived in London for a long time. She does like classical Pilates with like some Russian ballet teacher now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and bro, she's a beast.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is like the perfect like marriage.
Yeah.
She like the strength training we do and my Pilates. She's like,
for sure,
it's phenomenal. I'm like, that's great. I'm like, so yeah, Pilates is another one where I'm like, all right, I might check that out a little more.
Shout out to all the Pilates princesses out there.
Yeah, do your thing, queen.
Doing those Pilates.
Oh man. And then Apex, you said, is in April?
Apex is in April, and then we have
405 on the deadlift?
405, bro. 405. So I did 43 reps at 365.
In a minute?
In a minute. 43 reps. So I'm trying to get like 35, 38 with 405. We'll see how it goes, but just 1 minute. Just like, yeah.
And then is that the second to last thing before the mile?
Yep. And then you have literally probably 3 minutes to recover, and then bench press, and then literally like 3 minutes. Like everything moves so fast. So we had 70 events. I think we did all 70 events within like an hour and a half. Like it's really.
I mean, that's good. I mean, good for the sake of it.
They run it so well, man.
Nice.
So I've been to a lot of.
Something is a guy that runs it.
He has. I know the name of the gym. It's like this gym.
It's like something.
Tim Riley.
Yeah, he was up at C4.
Yeah,
he's recently
opened up a new gym. Yeah,
I think it's called like this gym or that gym or something like
this gym.
This gym.
Yeah, but phenomenal guy. Very well oiled machine. Like I feel like Apex could be the new High Rocks in a few years.
I love that.
Yeah,
I like the like we talked about the athletic component of it. Yeah, because that's different.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got a chance to meet. I know Anthony met. So one of my it's funny, I call him kind of a bit of a mentor, but he's a little bit younger than me. His name's Estevan Lucero.
I've heard Estevan.
So he came out for Apex.
I did meet him. He came to the gym.
He came to the gym. Yeah, I happened to be out of town the weekend he was here, but I got him in the gym, and that's when he met Anthony.
Yep.
And he's just a
big
unit.
Swole guy.
Yeah, dude. He was, I want to say, D tackle in college. and he owns like every New Mexico powerlifting
Yeah.
record, like deadlift, bench, squat.
I think he repped 225 27 times, but here's the knock. He had 7 no reps.
Oh, no way. Oh, I'm gonna have to hit him up about
He had
that.
7
dude.
no reps, but he still got 27.
Oh shit! So should have had 34.
He should have had 34.
Damn, I'm
but
gonna have to hit him
yeah,
up
he
about
had to
that.
lock it out. He got those short arms.
Bro, yeah. It's funny because his video posting about it, he's like, it shows videos of him like killing everything, and it's
Yeah.
like, and then the run.
That's the thing about Apex, man. Like it was some people who really killed the speed aspect of it, but the lifts, they died. And then there was people who did like, you know, so you have to be like
encompass all of
you have to be well rounded, man. Like it's not like you just can be good at something like one thing and win. Like it's not gonna happen.
Right. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
for me, well, granted, now it's a set weight. Because I remember when we did our coaches test, this was, I think it was before you got there, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But it was max reps at 2 times your body weight, which I think we still have.
Okay.
But at that time, mine was like 365
Okay.
for 2 times my body weight, and I did 20 reps.
Okay.
And like the second closest was Carlisle. I don't know what his weight was,
Yeah.
but he got 11.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, cool. So like I kind of crushed that
Yeah.
one. But for me to go to 365 to do max reps in a minute,
Yeah.
bro, no, I'm not putting up numbers like you're putting them up. I'm not putting up, and then go to bench. Dude, I'm a baseball player and an MMA athlete and a golfer.
Yeah.
I think I've bench pressed. I shit you not. My 1 rep max in my life is 225. Like bench press has just never been an important lift to me, being a baseball player and all that shit.
Right.
But again, like squat, deadlift, like you want to, I'll go in there and do a max Zercher rep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go into Zercher squats, but bench press is not my thing. So to go into a competition like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
225 is gonna kill me.
Or you got somebody like Ant who's jumping like 45 inches. Like, come on, bro. Your vert is a 45. Like,
Yeah.
Did you see that picture of him in the air?
Just look like a Jordan logo.
I wanna fly.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, bro, like
Yeah.
how? And he just makes it look so easy, man. But like you said, like it's repetition. That's what he did in
He's a
college.
jumper.
Like, yeah. So
Yeah.
man.
What was his broad jump? Do you know?
I think his broad jump was like probably like 9, 8, 9. He's up there. He's probably
Yeah.
close to 10. Maybe not at 10, but he's close to it. Like,
Yeah.
insane.
So, like you said, the aspect of like combining that all. Awesome.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But like to me, it's a true test of like athleticism because it's like very well rounded. Like you can't just like, be an ultra marathoner and just kill it.
Yeah. Whereas you might be able to do that at High Rocks.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Not
there are some
High Rocks. Yeah, I love High Rocks.
Me
but
too.
Yeah.
And like I've told people, I was like, there's 2 instances where I would do another one. I'm not an endurance athlete.
Yeah.
2 instances. If I started dating a girl that wanted to do one, I would do another one, or another destination one. I did one in Rome, and that was awesome. It was so sick. It was definitely like a trip to Italy that happened to have High Rocks in it.
Right.
Like we went out there and had a good time, but still PR'd.
Yeah. Nice.
So like, if I went to like, I don't know, Greece or Brazil, like wherever they had, because I know that like 3 weeks after the Rome one, I think they did one in Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
So again, I would go do something like that.
Yeah.
But like me, I'm like, that's not my jam.
Yeah.
And that's not me knocking on it. It's just
Yeah.
not my cup of tea. I'm not knocking basketball. I don't play that either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, High Rocks is dope.
Yeah.
I probably will do another one.
Yeah.
But right now, focusing on a fight.
Next time you do one, just make sure you get your tickets day of because they sell out so fast.
It's insane.
Like, bro, like literally day of.
It's so popular.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking
It
wild.
is. Like, I don't know like where it's going or how big it's gonna get, but like just to see it in the last like 2 years, like how it's like just blown up, man. It's like, I think the last time we had I think Dallas, we had over 100 athletes from Korrect who participated.
Just from our gym alone, damn.
100 athletes.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Did I see right that they added another day to Houston? It got so popular?
I believe so. It's like 3 days now.
Yeah.
It's 3 days. Yeah, you're right. Like, just imagine each week they're going to different cities and they have about, 2,000 people who are paying upwards of $200 plus $50 photo package to get their ass kicked.
Oh, bro.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro.
I know. You're paying $50 to get photos of you looking like you just survived a beating.
Man.
Yeah.
Like, what a model, what a business model.
For sure.
Man. Like,
yeah. They're killing it. It's
they're
tough,
killing
dude.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. How many have you done?
I've done one.
You
I
done one?
did, yeah. So this
Which
is
one
my
did you do?
second one. I did Dallas.
This most
This
recent
past
one?
Dallas,
Yeah, November.
Dallas,
I went to go watch that,
Yeah.
and that was another time where I'm like, oh, God, I kind of want to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's because Anthony ran that one with Olivia.
Yep.
And then I talked to him afterwards. I was like, all right, dude, like let's do
Yeah.
Houston.
Okay. Got it.
So we did Houston last year, and then
Yep.
like I said, Rome in September.
Got it.
Yeah, dude, it's tough, but it's one of those things where it's like it's locker room culture, right? It's
Yeah.
the brotherhood of it.
Yeah.
It's the stuff you miss. And this is what I was actually going to ask you, because you said you got into a little bit of depression after college sports. Was it like kind of like that lost identity of like, I've been an athlete my whole life, and now what am I?
Yeah, and I just feel like I had no real like direction. Like I feel like for a long time as athletes, you know, we have like set schedules, you know, like even in college, we had to be at practice at 5 a.m. So no matter what, we would party till like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning and just, you know, sleep right outside of our cars, outside of the field house, and, you know, take an hour and a half nap and get up and go. But we had like, you know, like places to be at all times.
Yeah.
Right? We had a schedule. And once you're finished with that, it's like, you know, it's kind of like somebody who just left the army, like a former Marine Corps guy who just left, and now he has all this free time. And a lot of times those guys, you know, fall into the same type of depression. May looks different, but yeah, I would say it was lack of structure, lack of identity, and lack of self-discipline, because I didn't have anybody like forcing me to do anything, you know. So it's like, hey, like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna sit around and just be a sloth and gain all this weight and be depressed and talk about the good old days, or am I gonna do something to change it? You know, so I had two options.
Because I when I was done being a college athlete, that was kind of what happened to me. As well, I got up to 230 very soft pounds. 5'8", 230 doesn't look good.
We all gain weight, man. Like, bro, it's crazy.
But it's like that. Like, what am I now? Yeah, you know. And it's kind of, it was a little bit of that, like too much freedom, and like I'm not now. I don't have like structured eating times, you know, because the cafe closes at this time, opens at this time. But it was definitely of like, well, because I mean, my whole plan was to go pro in baseball. And then it's like, well, now that's gone. Like, what the hell am I going to do? But that's the thing that when I talk to a lot of athletes, that's what and that's kind of wrapping it back around to High Rocks and whatnot. It is like the brotherhood of it, like the suffering with someone and the respect that you gain with that, and like the appreciation that you get for that person. It's like, all right, man, we went through that, like respect.
It gives you a reason too. Like, it gives me, like, me signing up for High Rocks or Apex, it's like, all right, that's a little bit more motivation to get up and go work out, especially on the days I don't feel like doing it. Or, you know, it gives me a reason to eat a little cleaner, or to, you know, it's a Saturday, do I want to go out for a jog? No, but I need to, so let me just go and knock it out, you know, knock it out the way. So
love that, man. All right, cool, man. You got anything else to add?
This was great.
Cool. Appreciate you coming out here, dude.
Thank
Great
you for
conversation.
having me, bro. Yes, sir.
I said there's a lot I didn't know about you.
Yeah, same man. Learning something new every day.
Why don't you look into this camera here and tell the people where to find you on the socials?
You can find me on Instagram, Train with Dame. I don't know if people do Facebook or anything.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
right?
Like, yeah,
my grandma.
MySpace.
From LinkedIn. Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's like the new thing is like people like treating LinkedIn like social media.
Yeah, I hear that now. So
like people posting pictures of like their kids and shit on LinkedIn.
Or finding clients. Like I've heard like people finding training clients. So I don't know.
I know it's all about like finding those things and figuring out how they benefit you.
Yeah. I got an OnlyFans too. Check me out on OnlyFans.
Also train with Dame.
You ever seen those guys who like do the massages and, you know, like they like, I don't know, their Instagram, they like massage women, or you know.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was like,
do this for your girlfriend. I'm like, bro, this is a sensual ass video, bro.
I was like, if training doesn't work for me, I may be one of those guys. Just
do massage demos. This is how you release the psoas. I'm like, maybe 18 to watch those videos.
Man, look, I think they be doing a little bit more than massaging, but yeah.
And you click on the link to learn the massage, and it's OnlyFans.
Right.
Bro, that shit's wild.
Yeah.
Dude, side note real quick, I'll leave names out of it, but I had a guy client, a former guy client that had a massage, or not a massage, OnlyFans.
Okay.
And he was like, I can't do this, dude. He's like, it's just creeps. I'm like, bro, now imagine like the chick, like how she feels. But they're making a lot more money than he was. Yeah. But he's like, it's just like creepy old dudes paying me for videos. And I'm like, oh, God, my goodness. Gnarly. I was like, yeah, I can't do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
All right, good place to end it.
Yes, sir. Check me out on OnlyFans. Train with Dame.
Yeah, train with Dame. Well, again, man, I appreciate you coming out here.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Great time. We'll have to, after High Rocks and Apex, let's run it back.
Yeah, let's go get some Muay Thai.
Let's go do some, get some Muay Thai. Get some Muay Thai. Yeah, let's get you a smoker, man. That'd be a good time.
That'd be cool, man.
So I think with your athleticism.
I'm so down, bro.
Yeah, I think you would pick it up quick. Having an athletic background definitely helps, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, well, we can talk more about that.
All
It'll be a
right.
good time.
Cool, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all tuning in to the Lions Pit podcast. Again, I'm your host, Nick Gomez. My guest today, Damien Priester. Again,
Sir.
appreciate you coming on. Shout out to Korrect. That is Korrect with a K, korrectlife.com. Aubrey Marcus's new supplement. Go check them out. Shout out to Set, SETT. That is getset.co, the new nicotine alternative pouches. You're looking to lock in, focus up, get a little more energy. Try those out without the crash of nicotine. And then also shout out to Ghost Muay Thai, new Muay Thai brand on the market, really turning things up, coming out with cool new designs. Use my discount at Ghost Muay Thai. It is the Lions Pit 10. My discount at Set is the Pit. Go check those two out. Appreciate y'all. Tune in next time.